with you, heaven is a place on earth, and I will take you there. I'll take you. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Tarot with Tay. Welcome to the Tay gang. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified every single time that I pull up, okay? Thank you so much for the love, the support, the bookings, and the donations, and all of the amazing comments that you guys leave all the time. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. We have important links in the description box to our booking for personal readings is thegoddessoftheunknown.com, and everything else that you could possibly want to know about this channel is in the description box. I try to keep you guys as informed as possible, okay? And if you couldn't tell, I'm currently in my robe because I never fake nor act pretend, because my life is not a trend. I just wanted to wear a robe, and yeah, I just quoted myself just now. I'll link this song in the comments. It'll be the pinned comment. Check it out. Support my music. All right. Speaking of that, all those other links are also in the description box as well. And just thank you so much for the love, the support, and the donations. There is a virtual tip jar in the description box if you are interested. So now let's go ahead and get into today's pick a card reading. We have 4 groups in part 1, and this is if someone got an energy read on you, what would they say? What would this person say about your energy? Now, this person doesn't have to be just a tarot reader. This could be your intuitive grandmother. This can be your scrying sister, okay? I'm saying, like, they can be intuitive in many different avenues. Let's remember that tarot is not the only medium in the world. You don't need a physical thing to pick up on energy. That just adds a little pizzazz to the story, if you will. But this is energy reading. So this could be your, I keep feeling this energy of someone's abuela giving them this this advice, this information, this energy read on this person that they've never even met before. So take it as it resonates. If someone got an energy read on you, this is what they would say. Part 1, 4 groups. Part 2 is the best advice I've got for you right now. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the very first link is in the description box, okay? And every other important link, don't forget to check out my song. It's a Chance the Rapper remix, and it's actually a poem that I'm also going to be performing. Okay? So just stay tuned, get into it, follow our socials, and just interact with me so that this isn't the only way that you see me, because I don't even get to see you. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started and see what an energy read would say about you. My 4 groups. What would an energy read say about you? Group 1 with the archetype, oracle cards, and the peacock oar. You can't really see her in her greatest form right now, but she has a lot of colors. Beautiful. Group 2, this amethyst stone. You know my neon lights kind of, with the moonology oracle. Group 3, this rose quartz heart, and the earth magic oracle. Group number 4, this tree agate, paired with the ethereal visions tarot. I hear cause crowing. Feel free to pause the screen if needed. And let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so hello, group number one. If you chose group number one, this wisdom stone or this peacock ore, then this is your reading. And I was guided to share something that I use as a personal practice for you guys. And I have this playlist called Let's Just Vibe, linked down below for those of you that are interested. And I'm hearing for you guys to press shuffle, shuffle, replay. Now, what this is telling me, because at first I was confused, I was like, shuffle, shuffle, replay, what does that mean? And then I had the imagery of you going to the playlist, hitting shuffle, shuffle, taking note of the song that is currently on, and then hit shuffle, shuffle again, and take note of that second song that is currently on. The number 2 is very relevant to you, and you listen to those 2 songs back to back until it clicks. I hear back to back until it clicks. So shuffle, shuffle, replay, click shuffle, shuffle, take note of the song, click shuffle, shuffle, take note of the song, and then listen to them back to back to back to back again and again and again and again until it clicks, is what I keep hearing. Until it clicks, until it clicks. I'm seeing like a seatbelt fasten until it clicks, like you're getting ready to rev up the engine and go until it clicks. All right? Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna do just that for you guys. So we're gonna do shuffle, shuffle. Oh, wow, interesting. And this is your first song, and that is Stony Hill Intro by Damian Marley. It's almost, and it's 8:08 right now, it's almost as if you're being called to listen to this entire album. But that's just how I interpreted that because it's the intro. But take it as you wish. So, but at least listen to the intro of Stony Hill by Damian Marley. And then we're gonna hit shuffle, shuffle again. Wow. And then session 32 by Summer Walker. And let's take note that I saw the timestamp of 137 on the Damian Marley intro, and Summer Walker's is 138 for session 32. So listen to Damian Marley's intro to Stony Hill on replay back to back to back to back with Summer Walker's session 32 until it clicks, until it makes sense, whatever that means to you. Okay, let's get it. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited now. I mean, I'm always excited, but now I'm excited. If my group number one is the Wisdom Stone, the Peacock Ore, was energetically read to someone, what would the reading say about them? And now let's keep in mind that energetic reads don't happen just through cards. Some people never pick up cards and still can. It's intuition. So just remember that tarot is not the only medium, okay? So this could be how a tarot reader would describe you energetically, but this is just anyone coming to you and reading someone's energy, reading your energy accurately. It's coming out this way. So I get this energy that you like to set things clear, set things straight, like set a boundary or an expectation. You like to set an outline for someone to kind of look forward to. Like you don't like people to go into things blind. You like to give a little 411, a little information, a little background. So you might be an oversharer in the beginning. You might find yourself asking like, dang, like, why did I tell them that? You know, like, but anyways, let's go ahead and see how would your energy be read to someone. We have a shapeshifter, So, first off, right off the bat, would be the fact that you can fit into many environments. I'm hearing she is every woman. I'm hearing I'm every woman. It's all in me. Okay? Just type in I'm every woman. It'll pop up. But I'm picking up a lot of earthly grounded energy here. Maybe someone who doesn't speak too much. Like you might, like, yeah, you have your moments where you talk a lot, maybe, like, hey, but I am picking up this energy of silence. I'm hearing silence is deadly. Okay, so you are energetically described as a mental energy, so you do come across as a masculine energy, definitely in energetic reads, no matter what you identify as. All right, we have the beggar coming out here, and this is telling me that this is a take it as you will, but because you fit into environments so well, you may tend to dim your light on purpose to not stand out. Okay, so I'm hearing this person has the potential to stand out only if they so choose, but they naturally choose to blend in. You see how the eyes are covered here? You don't like to tell too much. You don't like to dang, that's crazy because okay. Okay. So that's why I was saying it's like a double-edged thing, because remember I just said that in the beginning you give away too much, but you don't even realize that you don't give away anything. You are really hard on yourself about oversharing, I feel like. And let me just tell you that you do not overshare like you think you do. Networker here, you share just enough to form a connection, but keep a safe distance. I'm also picking up here that because you don't care about falling into the background sometimes, you might prefer this. I see that you use your mental energy, like you like to give your ideas to someone else to go and do all the craziness with. You'd rather just get paid off an idea as opposed to initiating it. I am seeing that. Look, she's like, I want to give the orders and you're gonna take the orders. So, wow, your energy is very conflicting because you come across as masculine in the beginning. You throw people for a loop. An energetic read would say that you throw people for a loop. It's like you act like you don't know what's going on. You act like this, you act like that, but really you making it happen. Mystery. You embody the mystery of the divine femme. Look, engineer, you're a mastermind. You are a feminine mastermind. Okay, and notice how not the card falling in the holy water. God, yo, what? Come on, confirmation or what? Confirmation or what? She's like, I need to be. This is the thing. You want to be in the background. Look at how her face is hidden. But you want to have eyes on everything. You want to make sure you know what's going on. You don't want to be in the dark. She's like, I need to know what's going on with my masterpiece. Femme, but masculine. You throw people for a loop. Oh, wow. You throw people for a loop. You do. You throw people for a loop. Let's go ahead and continue on. Continue on. And now I'm being oh, I didn't even see that fell out. That's crazy. I'm coming back to your stone. Peacocks. I'm seeing peacocks, like really strong imagery of a peacock that knows its worth, that knows that it's the beautiful, most brightest peacock in the land. Wow, you are good enough. Okay, so you have a peacock essence to you. Confidence and silent until you call out. Because I don't know if you've ever heard a peacock calling. If you watch the movie Up, okay, sorry to, that's probably a trigger warning, honestly. But if you watch that movie and you listen to the bird, I don't remember what his name was. Sorry guys, it was a long time ago, okay? I don't remember his name. But what I do remember is the call. That is the peacock call. So if you remember that sound, you can flow with that. But you just give off peacock energy. You're quiet and to the back until you demand energy. Until you, like literally you demand energy to pay attention to you. And then we have balanced spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. A very feminine energy. Water. That's a nice analogy. Okay, so I'm seeing that you flow like water, you are beautiful like water, you attract people like water. You know how people are drawn to water, but water can also be destructive. This is why you come across as quiet, silent, and maybe put yourself to the back, because honestly, your energetic read would talk about how you are very self-aware of your power, of your abilities, and so you dim yourself on purpose because you don't want to stand out as much as you don't want to stand out as much as you know that you can. Like you are aware of this and you purposely don't want to. Mutable moon. You see your worth, but you purposely I it's like dim it down, water it down is not accurate at all, because it's by choice and it's for your own health is what I'm picking up here. So that's why it's good for you. This is why self-awareness would come up in your energy read, because some people don't know themselves well enough to know that, yo, I'm one bad ass mofo, and because of that I'm gonna chill because I know that I can get carried away. Because let's think about the light and the dark. There's always just as much light as there is dark, okay? I feel like this is literally 50-50. All right, I think for every push there is a pull, okay? So it's 50-50. And so because of this, you know that because you have so much power, so much potential, so much ability to move forward, to get ish done, you keep yourself balanced with your masculine and your femme to rein yourself in when you get a little too cocky, when you get a little too arrogant, and it can become destructive. You recognize this within yourself, and this is recognized in your energy read. You are someone who is very aware of the self and how you feel and your desires in life. You know yourself. Hold on. Something over here is unorganized and it's getting on my nerves and my subconscious, so I had to move it. Okay, anyways. You like to get things organized before you complete them. Full moon. You like to plan things out behind the scenes in the dark before you really start moving on it, before you start really talking about it. I'm picking up like you tell the truth and nothing but the truth, and sometimes you'd be like, dang, like I really feel like I told too much, and I'm telling you, in reality, you don't tell enough, because people need more of whatever it is that you're doing. They need more of that juice in their life, in their cup. Look, icebergs submerged. Like, and I thought about this ice being in their juice. But the gag is that the ice is not just water, it's got pizzazz, it's got spice, but you get surprised because you think I'm sitting over here doing nothing. You don't know what's going on. You think I'm sitting here on ice. You think you iced me out. You think that this ocean done froze up. How you gonna freeze the ocean? You can't, okay? This top card wanted to come out for you. Look, river movement. You can't freeze the ocean. I'm always moving, always changing, always evolving and rearranging. I am submerged. I am awakening to something greater beyond all of what was history. Okay. Shaman, ancient healing wisdom. I feel that. I feel the good vibes. Okay. I feel the ancient soul here. And it's funny that that deck is paired with the rose quartz heart because I feel big heart-centered energy here. You're just really self-aware. You are deeply and intensely self-aware. And again, just as much light as there is in that fact is equal depth. I won't even call it darkness, just depth. More to explore, submerge. There's more there. There's always more with you. There's always more. All right. So now, getting into our closing messages. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading enough to leave a tip, there is a virtual tip jar down in the description box. Feel free. Always appreciated, never required. Thank you so much in advance. But let's go ahead. Okay, look, King of Cups. Someone who knows and is aware of their depth, their emotions. They keep them in this container because they know that it is destructive. You know that you have a weapon of mass destruction in whatever way that means for you. This feminine energy, that mystery about you, that thing that gives you your mystery, your magnetism, your depth, your awareness. This is all that's coming through your energy read, is your awareness of self and how your emotions cause you to move or not to move. And you have used this to your benefit. You have turned your knowledge into wisdom by applying it to your life, by being silent and putting yourself on ice and letting people think that they iced you out, when in reality you're just waiting on the signal, waiting on the signs, you waiting on the synchronicities and moving when they come through. God don't run on their time. God runs on his time, her time, whatever you want to refer to the most high power as. To me, there is no gender. His is just what I was naturally trained to say because I was raised Baptist Christian. So just know background. Did you know? Fun fact about Tarot with Tay. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is talking about you recognizing your passions and how you move and how you ignite yourself and how your emotions influence all of this, okay? You are very aware of your emotions and your grounded self. You have this essence, this flow of water and earth. So those are the two strongest signs coming through here. I don't care what your chart says. Water and earth are you. You are earth and water. Heavy on the Pisces energy here, though. Heavy on the Pisces energy. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading right here. I don't even think I finished everything that I was saying. If you would like to leave a tip, you can. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can. First link in the description box. Just check the description box. I try to keep you guys well informed through there. And leave love in the comment section down below and let me know if this resonated. If it didn't, you know, all of the above. And let's just go ahead and get into the next reading, and you get ready to head on over into part 2 to find out what's the best advice that I can give to you. Group number 2s, this amethyst stone. Now, I will say that your energy is coming through as very heavy. I was picking up on someone's toxic masculinity negatively impacting your life in some huge way that resulted in like mental anxieties, depression. I feel like I'm hearing cigarettes. Maybe some of you were like traumatized and somehow it led to cigarette smoking. This is something that was just like a random habit that you picked up to confirm that this is what we are speaking of. For some of you, this triggered you and introduced you to tarot, to spirituality, to the energetic realm of life in general. You've had to remove yourself from a lot of situations. You've had to control, alt, delete. If only it was that simple, right? But that is essentially what you have done, is tried to press reset in your life. You found that little pin and press that little tiny button, and the Most High washes it away with love in whatever way that the Most High can. But one thing about the Most High is that things don't just happen overnight. There's a journey to salvation. There's a journey to peace. There's a journey to happiness. There's a journey to this destination, this whatever this goal is, this desire that you have. Let's be realistic that once this thing occurred in your life, nothing would ever be the same from there. But that didn't have to stop you. That didn't have to get in your way. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing Archangel Michael is very protective, almost vengeful over this masculine energy that somehow like took advantage of, or something. I'm hearing like pressing charges here. But this traumatizing situation has awakened you to the spiritual realm. I'm hearing truancy, but it's also introduced you to the truest form of yourself. It traumatized you and triggered you so much to go within that you then learn to express yourself without externally, without holding yourself back, without, is it reprieve or something like that? That's the word that I feel like I'm hearing. So let's go ahead and open up your reading. How would an energetic reading on my group number 2s go? How would it be described? I'm hearing nothing is remotely similar, or something is remotely similar. I feel like someone was like debating if two things were comparable. That I feel like that's a confirmation for someone that you're in the right place. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. I'm getting this energy of prowling, scoping things out before you agree, before anything. I'm seeing a lion quite literally stalking its prey, like circling it slowly. Plotting, scheming. Look, have faith in your dreams. Plotting, scheming on catching this prey, this hunt, this thing that we preying on. You wait for a clear sign, you wait for a clear shift, you wait for a clear signal before you make any movements. This is the very first thing that would come up in an energetic read on you, is that you are not the type to just agree to anything with anyone. I'm hearing there has to be a place and a time and a value or something like that. Like, there has to be a reason. A new romantic cycle begins. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I say there has to be a reason. There has to be a balance. There has to be in a sense of equality here. There has to be. It's time to release negativity. Yeah. So an energy read on you would quite literally say these words, that you're not moving unless you see what's in it for you. And for some, that could sound negative. But for you, we're just doing an energy read. So this is what's coming through right now, is emphasis on you not moving. You, while you're observing this thing and seeing if it's worth putting your energy into, that's what you're doing. You're weighing the validity or the worth of whatever it is that you are preying on, you're stalking, whatever it is that you're lusting after or trying to create, okay? Lotus flower unfoldment, whatever it is that you're trying to, I'm hearing catch or seek or reveal. You weigh your options. You weigh out the pros and the cons of a lot of the situations that you may or may not introduce yourself to. That's the thing. You'll think about it, you'll walk around and you'll observe it, but that does not guarantee that we will go through with it. Okay, shaman, ancient healing wisdom. This is this ability to move with faith and not by sight. This is talking about your ability to read energy. That would come up in your energy read. Your ability to read energy and predict what's worth your time here. So you might be described as someone who, I don't want to say has few mistakes, but has not few mistakes. I'm going to say have few regrets. But you have your regrets, like everyone does, but you don't have nearly as many as some people might, because you think before you act. For some of you, this is detrimental to some of you. It holds you back in some senses, but hey, nothing happens before it's time, so just trust. Look, fairies, earth magic, just trust that whenever it's time for you to move, that your movement is divinely guided, planned, timed. We already know. It's like, yeah, you have free will, but at the same time, it's like the universe, God's universe, is all knowing, so it already knows that you're going to make this choice on this day at this time before it even happens, because it's already simultaneously happening, even though you aren't there yet. Look, summer solstice, radiance. This is talking about seeing a higher perspective of life, seeing a higher vibration of light. All right, so that talks a lot about that Leo, that sun energy. You really want to see the truth of a matter before you commit to it, okay? I would like to show you the way that these cards were just lined up. Look at this. Look at how the sun is coming out here, the rays are going down, and the sun rays are on the Earth Magic Fairies card. So just take a note of that. That's the thing. You take the time, you take whatever, you give whatever it takes, I should say, to see a situation for what it is. You're very patient, well thought out, and calculated. That's what I'm talking about when I was seeing this lion, like, stalking, circling, before it would even decide if it wanted to make a move, okay? And again, hey, the prey may be spared, all right? Because you just might think that it's not worth your time. So this would come through in an energy read. The person will be told, like, hey, don't think that just because X, Y, and Z occurs that this person is 10 toes down. Like, this person is loyal to self before anything externally, okay? Like, that's the kind of energy that's coming through here for you guys. And as I said that, my glitter lamp just kind of like sent a gleam across my eyes, and it was, I heard like a ding, swing like as if it was a sword. Like you will quickly cut somebody off. You'll quickly cut a situation back. Look, Five of Pentacles, leave you in the dust. Leave you in the dust, honey. Leave you in the dust, honey. And not in a negative way, okay? It's just out of self-respect. Like Leo, a lion, prideful. Like, you will deny something in a heartbeat if you feel like it's just not worth your effort, time, energy. If you don't see it going anywhere, you will say that and keep it pushing. Look, the Hierophant. You see beyond what normal man's eye can see, and so you move accordingly. Look, I just split the deck to Companion. This big old deck, and I just happened to split it here when I meant to split it in the middle. Companion. You are not easy to befriend, to get close to, okay? You're not. And then the crescent moon on the top of this new romantic cycle begins. It's just confirming that for me. It's like you go based on your vibes with people, and then you move accordingly. You let people tell you about them before you even have to do anything, before you even have to say a word, okay? Because you pick up on energies, you pick up on energies through conversations, through actions. You pick up on energy through anything. Angel. And this is why you are your strongest first line of defense. Look, Avenger. You are your own strongest first line of defense. Notice I said first line because there are many lines of defense. You are a spiritual warrior, protector. I'm seeing guider as well, leader. But I'm seeing this ancestor right here. And at first it was giving Native American, and now I'm seeing like an afro that is evolved into a tree, and now I'm seeing the literal continent of Africa right now, okay? I'm seeing the shape of a peanut, like an actual peanut, okay? That might mean something to you. I'm seeing a uterus as well as a little girl. So somebody might be pregnant having a little girl. You either already have had a boy and the girl is coming. I am seeing that for somebody. And I'm seeing like a bee in a hive. So I'm seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities for you guys, but let's go ahead and get your closing messages. Thank you so much for choosing and trusting me to be your reader. If you enjoyed this reading enough to leave a tip, there is a virtual tip chart in the description box. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, very first link in the description box to make that happen. Don't forget to check out that song that I mentioned in the intro when I shamelessly promoted myself, okay? And let's go ahead and get into your last card to summarize your energy read. Wow! Yo, I really hope I said this. Didn't I say warrior? I did. I said warrior, spiritual guide, leader, something. Come on. This is confirmation to say that even as a warrior, you are protected. You are your first line of defense, but there's so much more going on around you. Around this person is all the elements: water, air, earth, fire. I want to read this card and leave this message with you. Bottom of the deck, Monk, Nun. You are protected. Okay, this is what would come through in your energy read, is that you are someone who is divinely guided, divinely protected. So you are cautious of who you let into your circle, okay? Like you literally circle around someone before deciding if they can become part of your circle. And most likely it's a no for me, dog. Warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. I want to read all of these. Avenger. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Scales, Libra scales, self, one self. Leo is the self, the sun. Sun sign is who you are. Who are you? How do you go to bat for you? Last one, angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Putting you first so that anything that you do outside of you, you don't regret, because it was someone that you basically, what is the word? You kind of like initiate them into the group if they're allowed. So for them to even get to the initiation process, they have to meet certain standards. So if they meet these certain standards and they make it all the way through and they end up being not so loyal or whatever the case may be, you don't regret anything that you did out of love for that person because it was genuine. Very wise soul. Okay, so this is just something that would come through in your energy read. So group number 3, rose quartz. This is your reading, and let's see what an energy read would reveal about you. Starting off, we're going to select 2 random songs for you to indulge in, to dive deep into from this Let's Just Vibe playlist, and the playlist is in the description box. I'm hearing the number 5, so I'm going to choose 2 songs, clicking shuffle 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Trouble by J. Cole. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Live For, Drake and The Weeknd. So those are your 2 songs, Trouble, J. Cole, and Live For, Drake. Those songs will be linked down below for you to listen to. There may be a message there for you, or maybe you like these songs, or whatever the case may be. There's something there for you. There's some form of enlightenment there for you. Not something that you have to force, something that you will naturally understand, okay? So if someone got an energy read on my group number 3s, what messages would come out about them? Okay, so I'm hearing stubborn, stand still, stalwart, which is coming through as like a name. But you have this energy of standing right where you were planted. Deeply rooted, DNA, karma. This is you remaining true to your roots, to your truth. You remaining true to your truth, to your roots. Okay, so you are described as someone who is hard to sway. All right, when you believe something, you believe it. Cave sanctuary. Some may call this closed off, while others may respect your sense of self-respect. I'm hearing the term what is it? Self-elevation. Thank you. Dream time, creation, self-elevation. So the very first thing that an energy read would bring up about you is your ability to connect to your roots and verbalize that. So it's something about translations here. So for some of you, you may very well speak multiple languages. For some of you, this is channeling spirit. But I see that it is in your blood to create, to manifest things that seem much larger than life here. Fog veiled, and this is why, because you have this ability to see past the veil in some creative endeavor here, some way that you express yourself or some way that you put in work, effort, time, energy. You have this ability to tap into a deeper sense of self and a higher frequency that removes confusion, but at the same time as it removes confusion, it just entails for more questions to be asked. Milky Way perspective, exactly. An energy read would describe you as something that cannot be put in a box, something that cannot be described by one word or a sentence or a definition. You fall into alignment with many things and you fall out of alignment with many things. Moving on into your reading. What would an energy reader say about my group? Number 3s. Okay, so some of you are into like polygamy. I'm getting like a relationship of 3 people, something like that, or just a threesome, whatever. Take it as resonates. This channel is 18 plus always. All right. Ace of Wands, 2 of Cups, King of Wands. You are comfortable in this place because this is a familiar place for you. This is familiar territory. You would be described as someone who has strong ancestral lineage and patterns that you are carrying through to this life. That veil, that's what I'm talking about. You are shining light on and expelling confusion, and you're uniting people with the truth here by standing in your own truth confidently, fervently, and just I don't use that word. Is that a word? Whatever. But this is talking about your sense of confidence in what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're manifesting, even when it may not make sense or when it can't be completely explained to a T, because some things just need not be explained to those that understand. This is talking about realizing you don't have to force what naturally flows. You have a natural ability to translate. Your soul, you are a soul translator, okay? A channeler, but it's deeper than that. 10 of Cups. It's deeper than that. I'm hearing this soul sense of survival. The soul must express itself in order for you to feel alive. So you would be described as someone who is constantly creating. You would be described as someone who is passionate, fiery, full of a lot of pressure, quite literally. Damsel, this is coming through to me as you could come across as kind of misled or someone who may have poor judgment, but in reality you just receive a lot of information at one time and you try to act before it can dwindle away, before it can expel itself. Engineer, you are always thinking of something new, something exuberantly exciting. This Ace of Wands, this like, I have to get this thing going. I can't abandon this, okay? And also I'm seeing a sense of feeling like you are responsible for a lot here, okay? We have the Beggar here, which talks about you being able to empower yourself, and it talks about physical survival. And we already talked about survival here, soul survival. You move on your creative endeavors, your creative actions, your creative notions, feelings, nudges. You move on them no matter how odd or peculiar they may be, and they take you places. This is literally how your soul was intended to incarnate here, and this is how your energy would come through in an energy reading as someone who has to create, or it will be quite literally the end of your world. Look at that, the Knight here. Loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor towards creation. That's how you express love. That is how you show who you are is through what you create, what you do, okay? So you definitely would be described as one of a kind, as someone who can translate their soul, okay? Because it's one thing alone to be able to translate your soul, but then to do it in ways that are relatable to others and then make something of it. A new romantic cycle begins to find that level of sameness, that level of oneness with others, and then bring them to a place of healing from those traumatic experiences that you have in common, to be able to bring someone to that, to lead the horse to water, if you will, is a gift all in itself. And I see that this is what your soul thrives on, is inspiration, bringing the horse to the water and seeing when it will finally drink, not if. Look at that, bring love into the situation. When will you finally give into temptation to live life how you were meant to? And that is in a way for you to enjoy it, okay? The letter G is popping out here. G is equivalent to the number 7 as well, and this is making me think of 11. So 77 and 11. Prosperity lies ahead. Talking about 77 and 11. 77 is a number that talks about luck, perfection, freedom, and choice, making a choice. When you know what you want, you can then move on what it is that you know that you want. Remember, we just talked about leading the horse to water. It's realizing that, okay, I could either do this or I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that because that's what makes me happiest. Even though it may not make sense to X, Y, and Z, it's going to make sense in the end. Surrender to the divine. You are described as someone who creates without question. Someone who follows through on inspiration without question, and that is why you are successful. That's why I said one of a kind, because I feel like this group has the potential to quite literally turn this into like your thing in life. Like, this is the thing that carries you through, is your creations, your new ideas, your inventions, whatever the case may be. The things that you create can quite literally become your way of living. So this is it for your energy reading. If someone was to ask for an energy read on you, this is what would come through with the current energy that you have stumbled into this video with, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading right here. Be sure to check out my music that I talked about in the intro and all that good stuff. If you'd like to book a personal reading, very first link in the description box. Want to leave a tip? Thank you. Always appreciated, never required. There's a virtual tip jar in the description box below, okay? And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into group number 4. And you guys go ahead and step into part 2 of this reading to see what is the best advice that I've got for you right now. Group number 4. If you selected this tree agate, then this is your reading. And let me just say that misfortunate connections is the word that was coming through the most. And I'm getting this sense of being triggered by connections with others, relationships with others, for multiple different reasons. For some, trigger warnings here. Some, there may have been just dishonesty, life-ending catastrophes, things of that nature coming through. I feel like this group has had their fair share of just separations that probably could have gone better. Some unplanned, unexpected, just feeling insecure when it comes to connections with others. That's a big energy coming through here before we can even start. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. but that's all changing. Didn't I say misfortunate connections? Is that what I said? Because that's what I was saying earlier. Six of Pentacles. So I'm picking up on a self-discovery story. This pentacle is heavy. This pentacle bears a lot of truth, bears a lot of fruit, but there are secrets, there are tales, there's fear. This pentacle is heavy. Its weight is unknown. It's mysterious. But its energy alone tells you that it packs a punch. We know nothing about this pentacle, this weight that we're bearing. But we know that we're supposed to take it on a journey and deliver it somewhere. It's like you're holding the last piece to a puzzle here. And I see that you are finally awakening to taking these steps to get this pentacle where it can be appraised. Because where we are, they don't see the value here. So we're going to go take it to someone who can see the value. This is a story about self-appraisal. If someone got an energy read on you, this would be a rags to riches for some in the physical sense, for some in the literal sense, for some metaphorically speaking, emotionally speaking, rags to riches. I know who I am. I know my worth now. I know how to move now. I'm wiser now. I've risen from the ashes now. Too many, but pioneer coming out on top. Addict. As we were just talking about a pioneer, someone who's like the captain of a ship is what I'm picking up right now. And this water being pushed back here, this was you once resisting the flow, which is why it seems that things were so misfortunate, which of course, because we naturally attached to things. I see that you have detached from attachment, addictive behavior, or you are, okay? And what I'm seeing here is that this detachment is what woke you up to realize that there is something brewing with this pentacle. Like there is value here, but just where we are right now, they're too foolish to even see it. Apply this to your life as it may, but then you became the captain of the ship. You're like, I'm the captain now. The wheel has turned. Look, the destroyer, you've found your fire. You've blown a gasket on specific areas of your life to invoke change. Victim. Wow. Wow. That part of your life that felt like you were constantly falling victim to or failing tests. No. That chapter is over and done with now. This chapter that frightens you to even say yes, to take on something new. Because when we think of new, we think of ends. So your energy read would be focused on your perspective of yourself and the world. How you became the captain of the boat when this flood poured in. I'm hearing, who are you now? Did you say what you want? Won't you fight back for what you want? I think that's something like what they said. Who are you now? by Sleeping with Sirens. Highly recommend that song. So you guys have a bonus song thrown in there for you. But look at this, mother coming out here to nurture these aspects. All of these words, whew, Lord, all of these words have 6 letters. 6, 6, 6. And I turn the 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. You've done what it takes. Look at this. You've done what it takes. You've went all the right ways to turn that 6 to a 9. I highly recommend checking out my Cycle of Eights video on Good Gal Gone Badu, because that video I talked about how the number 6 and the number 9 are calm chapters, but 6 is the calm before the storm, while 9 is the calm after the storm. So just check that video out, the Cycle of Eights on Good Gal Gone Badu. If I remember, I will link it, but if not, just know that you should really go over there and check it out, okay? Because this is the embodiment of the chapter that you have gone from. You have done the work from the 6s to the 9s. You had 3 6s and you turned them into 9 9s. And what's after that? New, all new, baby. Okay. So you described energetically as someone who has hyped themselves up into life. Someone who has seemingly figured it out. Someone who's worth listening to, someone who's worth taking advice from, someone who means well. What? Oh, that's a whole book, darling. Come on now. If it happens again, then I'll take it, because I kind of saw a storyline, but it's okay. What's meant to be, it'll be. All right. The energy is gaining momentum. Didn't I say change? The Wheel of Fortune, as I was talking about misfortunate connections, misfortunate relationships. This could be directly related to the mother figure in their life. I wanted to come out, but it didn't. Show the world the real you. In order to do that, it takes a lot of healing. Aquarius represents the star. It took a lot of releasing, a lot of truths, and a lot of forgiveness of the self. I see that there was a lot of... I'm hearing attempt to blame the self or how you could have changed something, when in reality you did what you did with what you did. It's like, this is a call to not live with regret, but this 1 foot moving forward, step forward, show the world the real you. That's the process that you went through to shift this wheel in your life, and this is what would come through in an energetic reading, is the shift that you have initiated in your own life. The changes that you have brought into your own life. Someone who is well aware of their power now, but that was not the case before. Your dreams need a practical plan. And this is why the victim card came out, because like I was talking about, those not so glorious endings or connections in general, look at that, a win-win outcomes forecast. Those not so glorious connections, those not so nice runs are showing you what won't work for you. So now you know what will work for you. Again, your pentacle, it's heavy, it has weight, but not where you are. You have to move, and it takes hard work to move. This is the tree agates. Okay, I'll figure it out one day. Trees are deeply rooted. You're carrying all those roots in this pentacle and going to go plant yourself somewhere else, outside of this victim, addict mentality or environment. I'm hearing it was your inability to change that changed the situation. There was something that you were like, I can give on everything, but I can't give here. Self-respect is a term that's coming through here. When I tell you, your energy read would be like just one big, like, picture this as like a chest, like, piece of the homie. Like, that's the homie, that's the OG. Like, you are like a well-respected OG in the spiritual realm for the shifts that you've made. Okay, okay. Look, on your own, solitude, islands. I'm hearing every song that talks about getting it on your own or whatever, making it happen on your own, you know, coming up from the bottom. I'm getting a lot of like Kodak Black if you listen to that. Iceberg, Submerged, just South Florida music in general is really coming through. Look, as I'm talking about that, also Louisiana in the house. Whale breach. Okay, and we are talking about island, solitude, iceberg, submerged, dance, celebration. All of these situations, these negative situations, made you look at your pentacle a little closer and say, yo, I feel like you deserve better. And this pentacle is attached to you. This pentacle is energetically tied to your solar plexus chakra. I forgot to tell you that. That's why it's gold. It's glowing gold, and you're holding it here because it has potential to bloom, to blossom, to grow. But not in that environment. You were in this solitude, this island state long enough to know where do you not thrive? What environments don't work for you? What kind of people, places, and things don't let you be you? You needed a warmer climate. You needed more responsive individuals is what I heard. More people that seem more awake and alive and aware. Yeah, it's something about shields over the eyes. And it's funny, I didn't even realize this was there. Shields over the eyes. People that blind themselves to what is true to them, to what they approve of. I see that you have turned the fate. There we go. The wheel turned when you realize that an addiction turns out to be something that stemmed from a choice that we made and could have decided not to make. And you started viewing this victim mentality as the same. I could choose to sit in this energy, or I could turn it into something that could work for me, turn it into my favor, because I see that there was someone in your life, possibly a mother figure, that took some sort of hard hit and never recovered in some way. And you realize that they buried their self in their addiction to try to cope with this when they could have buried themselves in something that would benefit them, something success driven, to be in a better place. It starts with that first choice. And so instead of you icing yourself out and saying, you know what, I'm going to do what the Joneses would do, I'm going to do what I want to do. You've warmed yourself up. You've given yourself the energy, the environment, the food, the nutrients that you needed to get this seed from point A to point Z, and you're on your way. So I could go on and on and on and on and on and on, but let's just go ahead and get on into part 2 of this reading. The best advice that I've got for you right now. If you would like to check out my music that I mentioned in the intro, links in the description. Book a personal reading, very first link in the description box, thegoddessoftheunknown.com. If you enjoyed this video enough to leave a virtual donation, there is a virtual tip jar in the description box as well. Thanks in advance, always appreciated, never required. And let's just get into part 2. Here we are, group number 1 with the bloodstone. This is a really deep green with specks of like bright orange in it. Need a microscope. Black obsidian generator. And tiger's eye. This always looks like a Reese's cup to me, but it's like gold. All right. Make your selections, pause the screen if needed. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's find out what Spirit has to come through to say, hey, this is the best advice I got for you. Right here, right now. Group number 1 with this bloodstone. I'm hearing tektite, mookite, moonlight, solar radius, punctual, crab, timely, inheritance, vigilance, stirring, stairs, residual, package, phonics, relaxation, pedicure. Someone might be getting a pedicure right now or something like that. Salvage. Someone might be thrifting, thinking of going thrifting and being taken to a thrift store. And now I'm seeing someone packaging things up. All right. So let's see. Bloodstone. What's the best advice that I've got for you right now? Pray. Pray. The best advice I've got for you right now is to pray to find the way. I see you observing something. I'm like getting specimen here. You're trying to appraise it to see its value, its worth, almost as if I don't know what it's called, but the thing that you put over your eye to examine a diamond or a crystal, that's what I'm seeing here. Oh, okay, so it's like this investment. Someone's like, you know what, it looks good, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, so it must be a duck. Okay, so you're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna take my chances, try this out, and pray that it's real. Look, guys, detective examining something, come on. Pray about it. If you are worried about someone falsifying information, pray for discernment. To see through them. To see clarity. Pray for clarity. Destroyer. Pray for clarity for the Lord to destroy any and everything put in your way. Sent to destroy, kill, spray, anything in the way. We're destroying what was sent to destroy us. Alchemist, come on. Like, oh, so you thought she was gonna F me up with this one, huh? But I caught that. The Lord let me catch wind of that. So you wanna play them games? Look, I'll show you how to play them games. Okay, so this is what you're being told right now. Let's say that you are literally buying a diamond or a crystal and you are trying to see if it's real or not. You're being told, don't stress about it. Just have faith that if it's real, you will be proven this through its energy transfer, its exchange. And if it's not real, the person that deceived you, the deception here, will get its karma. You're being called to have faith. Do you have faith? Some people are like, oh, but that means that I'll waste money, I'll waste this, I'll waste that. You won't even, in this case I'm seeing, this is something that you literally can't really know. You can't really know if someone's falsifying this information. For whatever reason, there's something here. You can't really confirm or deny something here. You can only take somebody's word for something right now. And you're being called to appreciate faith. The ability to believe that all things are working for your good. And when anything comes towards you to destroy you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Look, a win-win outcome is forecast. Know that you will win regardless, whether they tried to fool you that once, or maybe it's twice now. That's why you're cautious. But just know that at the end of the day, karmic justice is always served. Look at that. The arrow got names on it. Look at the bigger picture. These arrows got names on them. Meditate and contemplate. So don't stress and worry about like, oh, am I making the right choice? Am I doing this? Like, should I be this trusting? Don't put your faith in them. Put your faith in the most high powers to ensure karmic justice. You are good enough. Virgo, full moon in Virgo, as we are currently entering new moon in Virgo. You're being called to recognize that you're better off putting your faith in the spiritual realm than putting your faith in people. Because putting your faith in people is going to have you just anxious, have you examining things and trying to get like 2, 3, 5, 7 steps ahead of them. But that just, you get bruised up and whatnot along the way. And so what I see is you taking life from this relaxed approach. Say, you know what? I'm going to go with my first mind and I'm not going to overanalyze. I just know that karmic justice will be served. If I am wronged and I don't know, I do know subconsciously that those that wronged me will face their due diligence, their due justice, I should say. Desert Vision Quest. What you reap is what you sow. What you shall sow. I'm seeing this vision of someone literally walking through a desert, and they are at their faintest moment here. I'm seeing a mirage in the sunlight, and this is what we're trying to avoid here, is this mirage. But you just know to have faith. I feel like there's something in this mirage that you are afraid of, but you're not sure if it's real or not. What does faith do? Faith has you to take that chance anyway. Look, whale breach. Take that chance anyway, see where it gets you, and know that even when you are unaware that karma is working in your favor, you have that wisdom. Don't stress yourself by overanalyzing situations that you cannot control. That's the best advice I can give you right now. Tsunami wake-up call. You are allowing something to cause a lot of inner turmoil. Yeah, something has breached your waters. Someone felt dry, distasteful, bored, and they poked the bear, they poked the wall, they poked through the dam until it broke. Look, spring equinox, rebirth. Spring when it's always raining, as I just talked about the dam and the water. So the best advice that I can give you lies here. There was a little bit of a lot for all of you out there, and I hope that you were able to receive what it is that you are meant to receive at this time. All praise to the Most High. Thank you to ancestors, guides, and all of you that have gathered here for our greatest and highest guidance today. Until next time, book a personal reading with me. Very first link in the description box. Check out my other channels where I make music, personal videos, and spiritual videos. And and I'll go now. Next group. Group number 2, Black Obsidian Generator. You're being called to do something that makes you nervous, that makes you a little anxious, that makes you question your sanity, that makes you break a little sweat. You're being called to take a chance here, to take a leap out on faith here. All right, so my group number 2s, what's the best advice that you've got for my group number 2s? You'll never know unless you try. Balance spirituality and practicality. You're being called to not just dream about it, but act on it. I feel like this group has been doing a lot of dreaming and dreaming of planning, but not making any moves from there. The best advice I've got for you right now is just to keep moving. Take action. You are good enough in the best way that you know how at that given moment. 5 minutes from that action, you may see error in that action that you took 5 minutes ago. Good. That means that you're growing. Keep going. Keep taking those chances and keep making smarter moves. Look at this. Take time to breathe out. That breath of fresh air that you get to take gives you time to rebalance. This is what we're being called to do here. The best advice that I've got for you is to quite literally balance your action with your fantasies. Look, prosperity lies ahead. When you materialize these things that you are fancifully dreaming about, that's when they will quite literally, I'm hearing, magically appear. I'm hearing this song from the Cheetah Girls when they were at the Dancing Cats. That was a Spanish song. I don't even sing that language. I don't know. I don't know the words, but it was, type in the Dancing Cat, the Cheetah Girls, and it should pop up for you, okay? I think it was like a bedtime song, a lullaby or something, okay? But anyways, look, fog veiled. This is what I'm talking about. The new reality that you're dreaming of is possible, but you're just being blinded by the fantasy of it all, okay? Okay, I'm hearing 2 songs. I know you feel your energy. What is that? Got me feeling so crazy, babe. Tonight, I'll be a naughty girl. That's Naughty Girl by Beyonce, I think. And then I was also hearing... Okay, right now I'm hearing Rihanna. Shut up and jive, 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 jive. I'm seeing Rihanna with like that short black bob and like a brick red lip right now. Yeah, like that color. That's crazy. And the black bob, and this is like her skin tone. What the? Maybe some of you guys have that that appearance here, but anyway, let's get back to it. The best advice I've got for you. Shut up and jive, jive, jive. Move. Now I'm hearing moves like Jagger. I don't need to try to control you. Moves like Jagger. Look, Earth Magic Fairies, the only way to see the magic is to act on it, you have to ignite it, you have to spark it, you have to initiate it, you have to start it. Rain, purification. Rain comes in at a time when the clouds become heavy. This is an energetic release. When you take action, it's going to release so much turmoil from your energy that you won't even be able to recognize yourself. Action takes away from anxiety. No matter how big the worry may seem. Getting ready to close out this reading. The best advice that I've got for my group number twos. Best advice that I've got for my group number twos. Be kind to those that you come in contact with. This is self-explanatory, but it's a very strong message here. Be kind to those that you come in contact with, because you just never know who you might meet again. Closing card. If you'd like to book a personal reading, very first link in the description box to make that happen. King. We go from the Prince to the King. You never know who you will meet again and how they may level up, and how that can do a lot, or it can take a lot. Poet. Be kind. Talk to people nice. Unless they try you. I mean, like, you can be as nice as you can, like, but, you know, just speak highly of yourself unto others is also another thing here. But this is, I'm just getting this energy of someone who has mad potential. Meeting the right person, saying the right thing, doing the right thing. And they come out leveled up. They said all the right things, they came out leveled up on the other end. I feel like this is you stepping to yourself and being the true version of you and sharing that side of you, those sides of you. I feel like you were trying to be one thing when you are a multi-dimensional being. And once you realize this, you go from the prince to the king. No matter your gender. This is talking about your actions. So we're talking about your masculine energy. You're leveling up in the way that you move. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this portion right here. But this reading right here, group number 2, is the encompass of everything that Spirit wanted you to hear at this time. Bits and pieces may or may not be for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Consider what may resonate in the future and what may have resonated in the past, if not right now. Leave love in the comment section down below if you'd like to book a personal reading. Very first link in the description box. Virtual tips are always appreciated but never required. Links are in the description box, and all that good stuff, our socials and my other channels down below where I make music and all that fun stuff. Da 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 da. Let's get into the last group. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, to the love and care, and I'll take you there. So I'm hearing PYT, Tiger's Eye. For some reason it's standing out to me that PYT, 2 of those letters are in Tiger's Eye. And it's the beginning, the alpha, and the end, the omega. Tiger starts with a T-I. I'm focusing on the Y, so it's not the omega. But that's how my brain interpreted it. Okay, hold up. Something's twisting here. Okay, I'm hearing a turn of fate. I'm getting this morphosis. I'm getting a morphology. But this is the best advice I've got for you right now. Tree grounding. Here we are once again with something that starts with the letter T. Tiger's Eye. Tree. What does the letter T represent for you? No rules, no regulations. Okay, now I'm getting entanglement, focusing on the T again. There's this energy of you getting entangled with your truth and someone else's, and trying to figure out why. The best advice that I've got for you is to stop trying to figure out why. Ooh, okay, you know how you solve for X or Y? That's what I'm getting right now. And I was talking about this that I said ended with Y, which clearly doesn't, but I was thinking Tiger's I was only thinking of E and Y. Wind activation. And because I had believed it, because I had spoke of it, that was the truth for me at that time. But then there's this rule of reality that says no, that ends with E. I hope I'm making sense here. It's like you were focusing on what you needed, that the basics, the pragmatics of it all got jumbled up in your head. So my best advice for you is to not try to figure it out. Childhood innocence. Let's go back to a time where we were happy with the simpler things. Focusing on like how big of an impact the weather had on our day. I feel like that's not even something that you guys even consider anymore. Like you don't even consider the weather anymore. It's just like you're just monotonously rolling through life trying to figure something out, or at least this is the representation that's coming through. Know that I speak in metaphors. I see an image and I have to talk it out. But the thing is that your interpretation for you is most important because you know your story, you know your environment, you know what you're going through. Green man synergy. This is about two or more things coming together and creating something much larger than just it. So now we're talking about this crossroads again. And now I'm seeing like trade winds or something like that is coming through. Trade winds where we bring in, where two things come together. Sometimes it's where land and water, I believe that's where trade winds, Lord, y'all really testing my intelligence here. This is taking me back to middle and high school social studies class, or geography for some of you. I'm not sure what it may be referred to outside of the US, but you're being called back to this point in your life, back to this time. This grounding time where you considered things outside of just where you are, just what you're doing. And let it come together in a harmonious way that is helpful for you, not harmful. This is gaining control of where we let our words take us, okay? This tree with the wind, it's like the wind can blow as hard as it wants to, but these roots will remain most of the time. And as I'm saying that, the wind is picking up in this video. That's crazy. But this is staying true to what you feel you do know. Keeping your mind's eye open to fantasy, to new possibilities. Like when you were a kid and everything was possible, looking up at the sky, you could have been looking into anything right then and there. To you, this might have been a portal to Never Land, okay? You know, like maybe this isn't the sky for you. Maybe sky isn't the limit. This is talking about taking a cross. Now I'm being brought to the word faith and the crossroads again. Alchemist. Faith at a crossroads lets you know this. No matter which way I go, faith says I'm gonna be all right. Almost, the best advice that I've got for you is to allow yourself to be called back to your childhood innocence, because in this case, innocence is bliss. as they say, ignorance is bliss. This childhood ignorance, you're being called back to this when it comes to you making decisions for yourself and incorporating other people's opinions. Okay, the big theme of this week from Spirit is incorporating your truth and their truth and making it an even larger form of your own truth. This is you becoming more expansive and less attached to something that has to be correct, and you being open to saying, yes, more things are true. And this is also opening up those that you are interacting with to then open up to those that they interact with. It's a domino effect of you opening up to them so that they will open up to others. And then it's just this